Crime Zoom, his last card, was published in 2020 by Lucky Duck Games. It was designed by Stéphane Anquetil and illustrated by Cecil Art, Julian Long, Lee June 35, and Christopher Matt. Lucky Duck Games brought out this in exchange for an honest review. 1 to 6 players search a crime scene, then try to figure out what happened and why. There are no turns in this game. As a group, you examine scenes created by the cards and decide which cards to flip over in order to investigate further. Sometimes the card back will open new leads, and sometimes it'll just reveal flavor text. When you finish investigating, you answer a series of questions in the rulebook to determine if your group was successful. You also score points depending on the number of flipped cards. You want to be as efficient as possible.
To break it down, look at the scene carefully, decide which cards to flip, and solve the mystery based on what you've revealed. That's Crime Zoom, his last card. Our game of Crime Zoom, his last card, lasted a little over 2 hours, but we discussed everything. We tend to go through every possible scenario, motive, and so on when playing these types of games. I can see some people, especially if playing solo, wrap up in about an hour. I think this would work well solo. With fewer people, you're less likely to listen to bad advice and go chasing a red herring. Then again, you're less likely to spot something because a fresh pair of eyes and knowledge can bring so much to an investigation. In other words, not better or worse, just a different experience. Now, I do worry about the box's upper range of 5 to 6 players. The scenes can be dark and aren't super large. I worry many people won't be able to see what's going on. You don't need a huge table to play this. A coffee table should be fine. A 6 or 7-year-old can understand the rules, but the dark theme and ability to piece together evidence mean this is probably best for players 12 and up. We had a memorable moment in our game of Crime Zoom, his last card. Because we recently learned about proven investigations in school, I was able to point out fingerprint delta that helped get past a tricky part that had us stuck for a while. My parents completely missed it due to similarity to another print. If it wasn't for me, we could have really gone off in the wrong direction. Crime Zoom, his last card, is a deck of cards in a little rulebook. This can easily fit in a bag of purse. The rules are incredibly simple to teach, learn, and play, even with those new to modern games. The group aspect means there's really no downtime. The art is thematic and intuitive. A lead card will be easy to follow, yet still look like a business card, police report, and so on. The theme is dark, and there are some disturbing scenes and topics. It understandably reminds me a lot of Chronicles of Crime, seeing as this game's designer is the same as my favorite Chronicles of Crime expansion, Noir. I'm not surprised. Because new cards, scenes, and characters open, you'll probably change your priorities what to investigate during the game. As far as I can tell, you're never locked out of a lead, even if the way you get there is temporarily closed because of your choices. To put it another way, Dad told me about something called the 3-clue rule. Players should have multiple ways to discover a clue. Maybe you missed something earlier, but another character mentions it to give you another chance. I love the flipping mechanism. Like Sherlock Holmes consulting detective, it's tempting to visit another location to make sure you tied up the loose threads. But what if you chase a red herring, or just confirm what you already know? The urge to investigate is compelling. On the other hand, as you'll discover when answering the endgame questions, you may not learn everything in the case. This is fine. It also reminds me of consulting detective. If you didn't skip anything, you'll walk away understanding most of the story. A lot of these escape room style games make you destroy components. You won't need to do that here, meaning you can pass it along to a friend afterwards. Don't worry about the 1 and done experience too much because this only costs 15 Canadian. My biggest problem, and one that absolutely keeps this as a single play game, is the scoring system. Answering questions correctly earns you stars. You also earn stars depending on specific conditions and remaining lead cards. This is well and good, but there's no scale to compare against, so you don't know how you did. At least in Consulting Detective, that jerk Sherlock's like, I visited 2 leads, while you visited 6 and feel dumb, plus the points awarded for the questions. Crime Zoom, his last card, is a murder mystery card game in a simple deck of cards. Unlike many Lucky Duck games, this game does not use an app, but has equally low replayability after your first time. Thankfully, that first experience is going to be incredible for crime fans like me. This isn't just a series of puzzles, it's completely about the investigation. Go here, talk to this person, match their prints, compare motives, and leave no stone uncovered. If you enjoy the narratives in Chronicles of Crime, Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective, and Detective City of Angels, or Sherlock Holmes graphic novel adventures, you'll probably love this. I can't get over how a deck of cards and some excellent writing made my family feel like we were investigators. This is highly recommended. Check back in a few days to see if I feel the same way about the second box.